talk about taking action because, and a little bit more about fear, because it's everything when it comes to manifesting. And some people get really stuck here because there's a fine line between being really focused on how everything's going to come in and being really willing to take action and to keep moving. Hey, Jamie, and to keep fighting for things, right? Like there's a very fine line. And the way that you kind of start to see the difference is that in order to get something from the universe, you can't just like dial a number and call and place your order and then sit around. That's not how the universe works. You have to be willing to take steps. But what you want to do is let the universe show you opportunities. And if you're not seeing opportunities, create your own opportunity until the universe starts really being in communication with you as far as what you're asking for. So a lot of people will falsely think that the universe is either not answering them because, I don't know, it's mad at them or thinks they suck. I don't know what the reason for that is. Or maybe they think they suck because they're not good enough at talking to the universe. Okay, like you are made up of the universe. You're a part of it. So you don't need to do anything special or be anyone special to talk to it. It's part of you. Okay, makes sense. But also they start to think that the signs the universe is giving them are a no from the universe, or that the universe is mad at them or doesn't like them or is saying, you're not going to get this. And that's not what's happening. So it's really important. Hey, Stephanie, it's really important to focus on what exactly is this sign coming in and what does it mean? The universe does not work against you, and the universe, there's not some like mean, man with like little tiny glasses on and a scowl on his face sitting at some desk somewhere in the universe's office deciding who gets to have stuff and who doesn't. That's not a thing. Okay, so remove that idea from your head. That does not happen. What's happening is the universe really can only respond to what you're putting out. Okay. And it's not just what you're saying. What you're saying is great, but it has to go deeper than that. It has to be about the thoughts you think over and over again and the way you feel when you think them. So if you want to make a change and you want to get something different coming into your life, you have to think differently about the thing you want, or else you'd currently have it if you were thinking in a way that would allow it to come in, if you were tuned into that frequency, right? So you have to think a different way, but you also have to feel and take consciously put effort into feeling the way that you want. So I have a little thing that I do, a little tip, a little trick that I do to help sort of reset that whole thought / emotional energy that comes out of you when you're thinking and talking about the things you want with the universe. Okay, so once you gain clarity as to what you're asking for, because you want to be able to really ask for it. Okay, so don't just say, I want to meet a good man finally. Like, wait, what does that mean? Okay, what is it that you're looking for? How do you want to feel? So take charge, get clear on what you want. Okay, if you're saying you want to make more money, either be able to meet a goal with it or have a figure for it. Okay, so or figure, like say I want to get into the 6 figures, like that's okay if you're not there currently. But don't just throw something out without specifics, not because the universe needs detail, because you need detail. You need to start seeing where your comfort zone is and what emotions you need to deal with when you get specific. Does that make sense? I hope so. So what you do is you get that clarity like we talked about in the challenge. And then this might sound silly to you. I do this all the time, and maybe it felt silly the first time I did it, but it doesn't now. I actually look forward to doing this. So whenever I'm like going for something and I want to meet something, I have a little sort of dance party over it. Okay, so I know that sounds like I'm such a goober, and I am a goober. I'm very comfortable in that role. But what you want to do is you want to celebrate the fact that you're going to have it, okay? And not because you think that you became a master manifester or that you think the universe suddenly got your number and knows what to do, but because you've made the decision when you chose what to manifest, you've made the decision to make it happen. So I talked about this a little bit in the group today when I was answering something that Sharon had said, where I said, don't look at it like, oh, if it's meant to be, the universe will send it to me. That's not a very powerful thing to say, okay? If it's meant to be, you'll get it. If you want it, go get it. So if it doesn't come in some certain way, don't think, oh, well, I'm not meant to have it. Just keep going for it. So the thing that you want to manifest right now, have it be a non-negotiable that you're going to get it. So let's say you're trying to manifest a certain job, okay? And you really want this job and you have applied for it, you had an interview and you're like, I really want this job. Let's say that's what you're trying to manifest. Now, this celebration and this decision to have it, you're not saying, I'm going to get it this time, right? You're saying, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get this job or a job like it because this is my goal. So if you don't get it, it's not a failure. It's just that wasn't the door. Reroute, right? Choose a different door. That just wasn't the door that you were going to walk through, okay? It either wasn't the right thing, there was something that would serve you better, or you weren't in the right manifesting place. So shift, move around, do something different, change the thought pattern, get some help. What am I putting out that isn't right? And keep going. But once you decide what you're manifesting, you've made the decision to get it, so it's yours. It's just a matter of when and how it's going to come into you. So you make that decision that you want it. You get clear on it and you get super excited and you dance around and you're like, oh my gosh, I've decided that I'm going to do this and I have clarity on it and I'm going to have it. Okay, so let's say your goal is to make 6 figures this year. Okay, let's say that that's what your goal is. So if your goal is to make 6 figures this year at your current job or at any job, you don't even care. Okay, you just want to know that you can make 6 figures this year. Let's say that's your goal. When you decide on that, throw a dance party. Get excited. Feel how excited you are that you are going to do that. Oh my gosh, I've made the decision. I'm going to make 6 figures. This is amazing. Because right now, what you're celebrating and what you're betting on and what you're confident in is yourself. Okay? You know what? When I have a goal, if it doesn't work out the first time, I don't just go, oh, boo, I can't have it. No! I keep going. And I'm like, oh, that's not stopping me. Oh, please try again, universe. I can go around that. You know, you've got to have that attitude because you've got to bet on yourself. Listen, you're all still here. You're all still alive. And if you're a rebel, you value working on yourself all the time. So you're all the kind of people who don't give up. You're all the kind of people who keep learning and expanding and doing what they need to do to make shit happen. Okay. Have you ever had to live in a box on the street? Have you ever not been able to eat and almost starved to death? No, because you needed to make that stuff happen. So you did, and you have, and you will continue to. You feeling me? You've got to throw the dance party. I even get emotional when I do it. Like I cry, which I cry very easily because I'm an empath, but I'll cry these tears of excitement and joy. I'm going to cry right now thinking about it. When I do this process of like, I'm choosing to have this and I'm going to get it. And this is what I want. And I take that energy and I carry it into making my plans. Now, how is not up to you, but doing the work and taking action is. So you want to start asking the universe to send you opportunities, but you don't want to just sit around in the meantime and not do anything. You want to say to yourself, what can I do to step in the right direction? So let's say, for example, that you want to move. Okay, I wonder where I'm getting this example from. Anybody know? Let's say, for example, that you want to move. All right, you want to move to a different location. And so you're going to ask the universe, you're going to throw your party and you get so excited because you've made the decision, you're going to do it, you're going to have it, you're manifesting it. So you throw your party, you get emotional, you get happy, you get excited, you share it with other people, right? Like, I'm going to do it. And then you say, what are the steps that I need to take? And you ask the universe to help you and support you and send you the opportunities and help you make it easy. And you look at the fears you have and you say, this is what I'm afraid of, universe. This is where I'm feeling limited. Help support me here. Help me unleash this. Help me rewrite and release this limit I'm placing on myself. Help me tune into something different, right? You don't just sit there then, okay? What you do is you go, what can I do? What's something I can do to move in that direction? You make a system and you make a plan. So maybe all you can do, you're like, I can't really figure out what I can afford yet. I have to first find out what my house is worth. Then do that. Okay. If you're not doing those steps, it's out of fear. It's out of fear for feeling a certain way. All right. A lot of people, when it's something like that, don't move forward because they don't want to see what the figures are. They're afraid that's going to mean something. If you've already made the decision to get it, it doesn't really matter what the figures are. I mean, hopefully the figures are so that you can buy a $1 billion home. That would be great, okay? But if it's not, you don't need to panic because you've already made the decision to get it. So you'll figure out a way to overcome that hurdle if that's a hurdle for you. Makes sense? I hope that's connecting. So you wanna start going after stuff, but you also wanna pay very close attention to what's being sent to you. Now, let's take the house scenario. Let's take a different scenario. So I take the heat off the person I have the heat on. Let's say, for example, that you want to manifest your dream car. You have this car that you want to drive, and you're sick of driving that safe car that, is reliable and super affordable and made so much logical sense to buy. Okay, I might be speaking about myself a little bit. And so you're like, I want this dream car. I want to make this happen. And you celebrate and you start taking steps towards being able to get it. And then what happens is something happens to your current car. And now you have this unexpected expense. All of a sudden now you have to pay for new tires on the car you have. And you feel like, what? Universe, I'm asking you for help for having more abundance and more money so that I can get into this more expensive, fancy car that would make me excited. And you're sending me bills for the current car? You must be saying that I shouldn't have it, can't go for it, and that it'll be irresponsible. No. Don't think that. The universe is always trying to help you get what you want. There's a book by Gabby Bernstein that says the universe has your back. It does. It wants you to have stuff because, guys, you are the universe. You are part of it. So the you having stuff helps everybody. We're all connected to that, okay? You didn't come here to suffer and live a safe life where you martyr your own self to help everyone else. It's not what you came here to do, right? So the universe is maybe putting that into play because it's trying to show you a limit, because it's trying to send you that car, but you are blocking it. Okay, so maybe you get that bill for tires and you're like, I'm realizing that when that bill came, I felt sick to my stomach, like I wasn't going to be able to afford it. And part of having a car is that like expenses come up, and it's not really fair for me to go there. So I know I'm going to shift a little in my manifesting of this new car. And I'm also going to say to the universe that I want to manifest the feeling of security when I have that car. So when I have it, I'm not driving around worried something's going to happen to it or an unexpected expense is going to happen in my life and then I can't afford it. Makes sense? So you take that and you say, thank you, universe, for showing me that. I'll reroute, right? I'll course correct, and I'll add that in because that's what that's showing me. Is that clicking for you guys? I hope that's helping. All right, let me get to your comments in 1 second. Keep asking questions and keep commenting and keep telling me what you're manifesting and where you're stuck. I'm excited to help you with that. But there's one more trick that I want to give you, and that is the frequency trick. Okay, so I don't know if she's on here right now or not, but this is actually, I got this idea from Kelly Austin because she was talking about one time about using the visual when you're healing. And this might have been at the retreat. For those of you who are there, you can let me know. She was talking about how you got to tune into a frequency to get something that you want. So whether it's healing or letting go of something or a certain emotion that you want to feel. And when she said that, I was like, you can use that with manifesting. So let's say that you want to manifest something that you don't have. You're not even close to have it, and it seems hard for you to get. And you're really afraid of doing the steps to get there. You know you want it. You're making the decision to have it, but it feels far away and it feels really difficult. Tune into a different manifesting frequency or a different abundance frequency than the one you're currently on. Because the one you're currently on has dictated what the abundance that you already have. And you're asking for more. Okay, so now you need to change the frequency. So imagine that you go to channel 4. Okay, on the frequency, you click over to channel 4 frequency because that's manifesting more abundance. And you energetically step there and work to stay on channel 4. Okay, that visual, that idea, that energetic, putting a system to the way that you have your energy around it can really be a game changer, because you can be like, you know what, I'm working through my fears, but they don't exist when I'm over here on channel 4. And when I'm on channel 4, I'm already past those fears. I'll go back and work on them now, But in channel 4, I've already got the thing and I can experience it then, okay? Because when you tune in and experience something without being tapped into your fear, just being tapped into what you want, it's really great. It's not good to ignore your fear, but it's great to tap into how it would feel to have it without being kind of suffocated by that.